My name is Shaki Vadgama. I'm an attorney at MNK Law, where we fight to protect businesses throughout California. Before we begin, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more resource videos like this one. Today we're going to discuss recent developments regarding timekeeping rounding practices in the workplace. So what exactly is rounding? Rounding occurs when an employer adjusts an employee's hours worked either up or down to the nearest increment of a certain amount. It's much easier for both payroll and accounting purposes to pay an employee for 5.1 hours on a particular day rather than 5.09 hours. Throughout the years, rounding practices have often been challenged in both state and federal courts when they result in an employee being underpaid, and courts have traditionally allowed such practices so long as they are deemed to be fair and neutral and not implied in ways that favor underemployment. However, an employer's ability to round an employee's hours worked was recently called into question yet again, and in a sharp departure from a decade of precedent favoring fair and neutral rounding practices, the California Court of Appeal in Camp v. Home Depot has casted serious doubt on an employer's ability to round an employee's hours worked altogether. In that case, Home Depot relied on an employee timekeeping system, which rounded entries to the nearest quarter hour when employees clocked in and out of work. Home Depot presented evidence to show that employees were paid accurately, and in fact, were overpaid in almost half of all pay periods. However, the plaintiff alleged to have personally lost 470 minutes, or 7.83 hours of work due to Home Depot's rounding policy. The court ultimately held that Home Depot was not permitted to round plaintiff's time entries, and its timekeeping practices did not capture the exact time in minutes that plaintiff worked. The court further reasoned that nothing in the labor code or applicable wage order specifically permitted rounding, and instead, both statutory sources required employees to be paid for all time worked. The Camp Court limited its holding to facts of the case and did not purport to prohibit all rounding practices or address situations where neutral rounding policies may be permissible due to demonstrated inability to capture the actual minutes worked by employees. It also expressly declined to decide whether an employer who has the actual ability to capture all employee work minutes is also required to do so. Nevertheless, this decision has the potential to be used to challenge any employer's timekeeping rounding practices in California, and is a sobering reminder to California employers that they should reevaluate their rounding practices and whether this decision presents new compliance considerations in their respective workplaces. That wraps up our video for today. For more information on rounding practices, visit our website at mnklawyers.com or contact us at info@mnklawyers.com. Thank you. See you in the next one.